Good morning, Brian. Thank you for coming. Please help yourself to breakfast anonymously sponsored. The last pasuk, the last verse in Parshas Shmos, what does it say? Ki Adon Hashem ala Mishkan, the cloud of glory, the cloud was on the Mishkan, Yomam, for the daytime, Eish Tia Laila, and the fire was at nighttime, Le'enei Kol Beis Yisrael, before the eyes of all the house of Israel, B'chol Ma'aseim, in all their journeys. So here's something unusual that's brought out. Usually we refer to as B'nai Yisrael. Here we refer to as Beis Yisrael. So it seems like a little bit of an anomaly. So Rabbi Nachum Lansky, who's one of the Rosh Yeshivas in Ner Yisrael, has a very interesting observation. If you look at the very first pasuk in Shemos, what does the first pasuk say? Ve'elu Shmos B'nai Yisrael Bo Mitzrayim. These are the names of the Jews that came, the children of Israel came to Egypt. Ish u'Beis Bo. The man and his house came. Now what's fascinating, B'nai Yisrael, that terminology is almost about 400 times in the Torah. Beis Yisrael is about 10 times in the Torah. That they use is kind of less than 10 times in the Torah. So Rabbi Lansky says, if Bereshis is the genesis of the world, Shemos is the genesis of the Jewish people as a nation. That's what Shemos is all about. And he says a nation is only as strong as its families. And one of the problems we have in American society is the solution of the American family, which doesn't create wealth for good society. Society is not just individuals, it's families. That's what's make up. And that's what the Torah is bringing down. We're setting roots in Sefer Shemos. When we come up to the upcoming holiday of Pesach, what does the Torah say? Ish sel lebeis avo sel lebeis. To the house of your father, you got to bring a lamb to your house. So it's talking about the house. The house's foundation. Chosson ala beis Yaakov. Say this to the house of Yaakov. Again, we refer to base as the foundation. And Rabbi Shamson Rafal Hirsch has what I call in Yeshiva a bamba, a really amazing revelation. What's the halacha? What's the Jewish law? If you have a war and you have a person who just got married, the Chosson is exempt from being in the army. He's allowed to be with his wife for the first year. He doesn't have to serve in the army. So by Shamson Rafal Hirsch, that's a great question. We have two things. We have what's called the communal responsibility, a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, and we have a mitzvah d'Yachid, an individual mitzvah. Now, satisfying and being with your wife is a mitzvah d'Yachid. If you have a war going on, it's a mitzvah d'Rabbanan. It's a society thing that you should be able to override. That overrides the obligations of a Yachid when you have a society issue, right? So why is a Chosson, why is a groom exempt from being in the army? He should really be part of the army because he has a communal obligation, the mitzvah d'Rabbanan from the whole group, from mitzvah d'Rabbanan. So he answers a very fundamental answer. This I conclude. When a Chosson and Kala, when a bride and groom spend time building and cementing a relation, they're fulfilling a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, a rabbinical obligation. Why is that? Each contributes. When you build the Jewish family, you're building the foundation of the Jewish nation. And we can only thrive as a Jewish nation with strong Jewish families. That's why a Chosson does not have to go to war because it's a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, it's a mitzvah of communal obligation. That's what the Torah stresses in the beginning end of the Parsha, at the end of the Sefer, that the genesis of the Jewish nation is by stressing bias. Bias is like a key component of the Jewish people, of the Jewish community. Have a wonderful day. Have a great Shabbos.